Hey everybody, Tony here at Knee High Farms, and I hope this video finds you well today. Yes, it's been quite a while since I've posted on my channel, and today I thought I'd bring you a product review. So you're probably asking, well, what product are you talking about? Well, I'm going to show you here in 1 second. Here's our newest addition to the family, a 2024 Kia EV6 Wind model. I've had it for about a month, and it's 100% electric. And you're probably saying, well, why did you trade your hybrid in and get this vehicle? Well, a couple of reasons. Number one, that hybrid vehicle, which was very good to us, I had it for about 2 years, and I already had 70,000 miles on it. So the miles was getting up there. Number two, with the gas prices the way they are, and me having to drive 170 miles to and from work every day, the gas was anywhere between $110 and $130 a week. So you're probably saying, well, how much do you save on electric? Well, in the beginning, before I got my level 2 charger installed here at the homestead, I was having to charge at work and, charge at the fast charging stations that you see throughout the major cities. And I was paying probably maybe $30 to $50 a week, maybe $60. So I immediately cut my gas bill in half. But now that I have the level 2 charger installed here on the property, which I'll be bringing it to you on this video as well, the savings is a lot more, because right now our electrical plan here at the homestead is on what you call a budget-friendly plan, and it allows you to pay one fee every single month, every month for 12 months, and then they do a reevaluation of your kilowatt usage, and then they adjust your bill accordingly once per year. So right now the savings are pretty good. Okay, so we're looking at the engine compartment of our electric vehicle, and you can see it's quite a bit different than your combustible engine vehicles. Here you have the electrical system right here. And this particular model, which is the all-wheel drive model, comes with a 320 horsepower dual engine spec. Gives us about 285 miles total range on a full charge battery. That is also contingent upon all the things that you use inside your car. If you turn on the air conditioner, or if you turn on any other additional accessories, like for example the navigation, or you turn on the heated seats or the steering wheel, it does reduce your range a little bit. When I have this fully charged and I have the defroster on, the radio and the navigation on, it decreases it from about 285 down to about 270. So you're losing a little bit of range when you turn on the goodies, but goodies are required. So this is just a little thing you're going to have to accept when you do have an electrical vehicle, that every little thing that you turn on, switch on, and also how you drive the car will affect the range performance. But yeah, pretty clean engine inside here. A lot of electrical components, and yeah. Next, we're going to look at the trunk space for our Wind model. One of the things that I really liked about this car is the trunk space. You get quite a bit. As you can see here, you could easily fit about 4 or 5 suitcases in here. And so you got plenty of cargo room, and then these seats here, they fold forward, so you can get additional space if you need, if you're carrying a lot of items or small items of furniture. So nice cargo space. Also, you have a touch button open and close feature for your trunk, which is nice, and that takes care of that. Next, we're going to go look at the back seats of the car. This is your back seats. They come with a leather interior. Black interior is the color for this particular model. And the color of the car, you probably cannot tell, but it is a very dark blue. It's like a midnight blue color. It's not black. Because funny thing is, when I bought this car, I wanted anything but black, because that's all we have here are black cars. So anyways, we're now in the back seat. Pretty spacious. I got a little bit of leg room here. You know, I could spread my legs out, stuff like that. Other things you got back here, you also have these vents here for air conditioning and heat for each of the passengers, which is nice. And another good feature here is, if you look here on the seats, we have charging ports for phones and iPads and whatnot on each seat. And again, leather interior, pretty spacious here inside. And then as you look here, this is the front of the vehicle. You got a nice center console there with dual drink holders. You have a knob shifter and a keyless start, which was a requirement when I was looking for a new car. I wanted a keyless start because, you know, it's just nice to have it. So we have that as well. And now we'll move to the front of the car. You got your interior dome lights here. And then you got these little handle things if you want to hang your dry cleaning or whatnot. And then this is just looking from the back seat to the trunk area, or the cargo trunk area. And as you can see in the middle there, you see those two holes. There is another cushion rest there. I removed it because it does affect a little bit of your visibility when you're driving the car and you're looking behind your shoulder. You know, it's kind of there in the middle and blocking part of your window view. So that I removed just because of personal preference. Also, this car comes with a really neat stereo feature. It comes with a 14 speaker system. And right now you see 1 and 2 here. And then I'm going to show you in the front, there's more speakers up there as well. And then there's speakers in the back, I believe. Let's check it out and see. Yeah, see that? Speaker and speaker. And then under here real quick, while we're back in the cargo area, just wanted to show you that this car comes with the there's no spare tire. It comes with a tire mobility kit, which is, you'll see this here. This is your tire mobility kit. What is in there is there's a silicone that you spray into your tire that will stop the leak, and it pretty much allows you to get to the tire place. So there is no no spare tire, which is a little unnerving if you're having the track record I have with tires. I always seem to get 1 or 2 flat tires per car. So anyways, hopefully this will be something I can easily figure out. It also does come with a wheel lock set, a spare there. And in here, just little extra compartments that you see on each side. If I can get it open. Yep, spare compartments. And then here, it looks like more spare compartments. Oh, yeah, it's just stuff. I'm not sure the purpose of that, but anyways, that's that. Now this right here, when I bought this car, make sure you ask your dealer, does it come with a charger? Because when I bought the car, the only thing it came with was this plug. That's all I had. So I couldn't plug the car in the first couple days. So I had to order this from Amazon. It was $249. This is a level 1 charger. So this plugs into your normal 110 volt plugs or socket. It is super slow. It will take you about 50 hours to charge from 0 to 100%. So I recommend you only have this for an emergency. If you're going to go visit family or friends, you know, maybe you can plug into their electricity for 8 hours or something while you're there. It's probably only going to give you about 10 to 14%. So it's not the best, but it's good to have just in case. So I recommend, if you're going to go electric, please get that level 2 charger installed on your property, and I'll go into the price and specifics of that later on. But anyways, that's the rest of that. Okay, so now we're in the front of the car, front seat. More leather, 2 leather seats here. This is your this display console and panel, which is really nice. It's one of the things I really liked about it, how it's a long continuous display panel. Here's more of your speakers. Here's another speakers, and I don't know if I can get up there, but right there is another speaker, and that's a speaker, and there's a speaker over there, and there's a speaker over there. So yeah, lots of speakers. Okay, so here we are in the front. It's got this really nice cloth, I don't know, it's like a hard cloth material, really nice. And it's more so over here, as you can see. And then, yeah, you got your glove box there, which is a really nice glove box. It goes really deep, and you can store a lot of stuff. So that's nice. Here's your dual drink holders. And this right here is a phone charger. This is a game changer. This is a wireless phone charger that you can put your phone on here, and it will charge your phone pretty quick. The only thing is, when I had the engine compartment open a minute ago and I told you what sucks the range, this does affect your range just a little bit. When I had this on and nothing else on, and I was at full charge, it went from 285 down to 283. So you lose a couple of miles. It's pretty minuscule when you think about it, to be able to charge your phone, and you're only losing about 2 miles of range. And in here, this is just another storage compartment. This is where you can put whatever you want, you know, extra wires, sunglasses, Kleenex, whatever. And then this is another compartment here where I put my mints. And you got your standard wind visors with the mirror. You got those. Okay. And so that's it. So let's turn on the car now, and we'll go through a little bit in the instrument panel. Okay, so here we are on that. So this instrument display here shows you pretty much your range that's left, the current trip that you are on between charging. So right now, since I had a full charge, or well, I didn't charge to 100% on this particular charge. I think it went up to 90%. I've already driven 42 miles. I've been driving it 1 hour and 24 minutes. Seem to be getting averaging about 3 kilowatts per hour in usage. Let me turn that radio off. We don't want that on. But yeah, this gives you your basic information here. So there's some more drive info here. This here is your accumulated info. So right now this tells you how long you've been driving the car, how many total miles, and the average kilowatts per hour you're burning, which we're burning about 3.6. So there's that. Then you can go into your other accessories here. They have a compass built in here that you can access. I think, yeah, you can't do much with that. This tells you the power distribution from your battery to your wheels. I don't have a full understanding of what that means, but that's what that screen is there. Tire pressure, that'll display once we drive the car. And that's basically it on that. Here on this level, this just a reminder. So I noticed when I drive to work, you know, I'm driving about 2 hours each way to work. About 90 minutes in, I'll get a little ping saying, hey, do you want to take a break? It's a nice little feature to have if you're feeling a little tired or whatever. It's a reminder to get off the road or just get out and stretch your legs for a minute. So there's that. And then we're back to that. So not too much on the instrument panel. The thing about this car is there's no There's no thermostat on here, so you can't tell if your engine's running hot or cold. I don't think it's necessary for an electric vehicle. And please forgive me, I'm not 100% well versed on how well electrical vehicles work and the inner makings of them. I'm just giving you a general product review of the vehicle, so please forgive me on that. On the lower left hand side there, you're going to see that the car is ready to drive. You got 78% battery left before you got, go down to nothing. And then you see that level 3 is. So you got these little paddle shifters here. Okay, I think I gotta have my. Okay, let's put the car in drive. Okay, see how it's going down to 1, 2, 3, and then max. So this is crucial for your battery regeneration. And what I'm saying about that is when you are going down a hill and this is regenerative braking is what this is. So the car is braking itself when you're going downhill, so you're not pressing the brake pedal. I mean, you'll have to come to a complete stop, but the car automatically starts braking when you're going down steep declines on the road. And what it does is it regenerates your battery. I've had it where, let's say, for example, this is at 219 right now. If I'm going down a pretty steep hill for a couple of, let's say a mile or 2 miles, I can get this probably up to about 222, 223, and the battery up to about 79%, because it's regenerating the power when the car is braking itself going down a steep decline. Another thing too also is if how much pressure you put on the gas pedal. If you have even pressure on there, you're not pressing too hard. If you're driving it really just average, mellow, light, and you can keep it, see where this line is right here? If you can keep the blue line above this blip, it'll regenerate your battery. But it's hard because, the roads are different. Sometimes they're level, sometimes they're flat, and it's real hard to maintain that. So mostly I've noticed my power regenerating when I'm going down hills. Okay, so now we're going to go to this display. And so right now it's just showing you the car, is showing you how much percentage battery you have, the time. What you want to do is a right to left swipe, and then this will bring you up all your features. Like, you can click on the EV here, and it'll tell you, first of all, one of the neat features about this vehicle is it'll tell you the nearest charging station. So 14 miles from here, which is Chehalis, there's a charging station there. It's a level 3 charging station, but I will be honest with you, it's not cheap. It's anywhere from 60 to 80 cents per minute. It also goes by the amount of kilowatt flow that the machine is generating. If the kilowatt machine is generating 90 kilowatts per hour into your car, you're going to pay about 70-80 cents a minute. The lower, the cheaper. And another thing with this car is the maximum kilowatts it can accept is 100. So if the machine can go over 100 there at the charge station, your car will only go to 100. So that's the specifics on that. Right now, you can see where we got two differences in miles. If I was to turn everything off, because right now I have the air on, I'll turn the air conditioner off. Okay, so right now I have the AC on, and it's helping run the defroster to keep the windows clean. If I turn this air conditioner off, look what happens to the range. It goes up to 225. So like I was mentioning to you before, any special features you have here will affect the range. The biggest hitters, I would say, are going to be the air conditioner, the heater here, right here. This will be another player. And then also the drive modes that you have. This thing has 3 drive modes. There's a sport, there's an eco-friendly, and there's a normal. Okay, the normal, you're getting about 225 range. If you go to sport mode, which by the way, if you want to have some fun and you're on a flat road somewhere and there's no cops around and there's no cars around, put it in sport mode. This thing will haul ass. I've gotten it up to 100 in like no time at all. It has that 320 horse really kicks in when you put it in sport mode, but your range goes down, and it goes down fast when you're in this mode and you're speeding. So try to keep it in eco mode if you can, or normal, whatever your preference is. But that's what this screen is about, is your range, your different kinds of range and what affects it. Nope, sorry, let's go back. So then here we have a map. This is where you can program all your places that you like to go. Okay, and then this right here will be your navigation menu. This is more about your map. You can click on the saved places, and it'll bring up what I just showed you a minute ago. These are all your saved places. Nearby POIs. So POIs are your gas stations, parking lots, cafes, fast food restaurants, and this is all pre-programmed in the car. There's a service that you get a year complimentary. It's called Kia. It's Kia Services of America. I don't know the proper name, but it's kind of like an all-inclusive app. It gives you all this kind of information here. It gives you the status on your car through a mobile app, and it's free for the first year. I do not know what it'll cost after that year is up. I will give you an update at that time and let you know what it is. But that app and that service gives you all this information, which is very, very helpful. Hang on. Yeah, very helpful. Let's try this. Yeah, so let's see if we can go here. Yeah, so pharmacies, banks, ATMs, hotels, hospitals, police stations. So there's a lot of info in here. Very useful info. And again, comes with that Kia complimentary app. All right, so go back a couple here. Then you got your phone. This is where you pair your phone, and it has all your contacts in here. So that's that. Phone projection. This here, you have to connect this wire here. So there's this wire here, and down here, there's this. If you connect it to your phone, it's kind of like Android Auto. So one thing that is a little bit of a bummer with this car is with my hybrid that I had, the Android Auto worked pretty good. The car connected to it, and it kept the connection. Here, you got to be hardwired in order to use your phone projection option. Otherwise, it's going to cut out constantly, and it's kind of an annoyance. So anyways, the Android Auto isn't that great for this particular vehicle. Then you got your climate controls, your valet quiet mode, then you got HD radio. So this pretty much tells you which stations come in HD. Then you got your regular radio, and then you got your setup. Setup here, you can set up your vehicle, like I think you can click on like all your alarm systems that you want to turn on and off. You can put those on here. Drive mode. There's also the EV thing. You can set how high you want your charger to go. Do you want to go to a max charge, or don't you? So you can fix that all here. One thing I wanted you guys to know is that it is recommended by the dealer to not charge your battery past 80%. The reason why is that it lessens the battery life of your vehicle. Right now, we have a 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty on the car for battery. And they told me that if you charge it to 100%, it's going to cut that down to probably 8 years. So keep it around 80%. If you want to go higher, I've gone to 90% a few times, and I've actually gone to 95% once or twice. But just depending on your lifestyle and need for how much you got to drive, keep it around 80% as best you can. And then this is your device connection. So this is all about your phone connecting and anything else you want to do. And there's just a lot of information here on this screen. You got a general here where it just tells you the navigation software you're using, the last time it was updated, firmware, all that stuff. That's all got to do with your navigation. And you got this here. I don't know what this is. A key. Looks like we can turn on custom buttons for all these different features, which I have not really gone into that yet. The sound here, this is pretty much how you want to set your volume for your stereo. I haven't really gotten involved with that because basically the factory displays of this car are pretty good. I have not noticed anything that's not satisfactory, so I haven't really played with a lot of this stuff. Here you got screen theme layout. You can do a black and a white. And that's pretty much it. It's kind of limited. It's a little bit of a bummer. I was kind of hoping you can have like multi-colors to choose from, but black and white is it. So white is displayed during the daytime when it's light out, and then black is at nighttime when it's dark. So not too thrilling excitement there. And I think those are the main things I wanted to show. Yeah, so anyway, so that's that. Here you got your media, also there's your Kia Connect. That's that service I was telling you about that gives you all that information, notification, and then this is your user manual. If you don't want to read that thick book that comes with the car, you can read it here. So there's all that stuff, and that's basically it. So let's take it for a drive, and then we can show you how it drives. All right. So the car is super quiet, by the way. Super quiet. We're just gonna drive a little bit here. But yeah, 320 horsepower is really nice with this car. All-wheel drive. So when it starts snowing, especially where I live, it snows. It's going to be nice to have that power and that traction. They do say you can tow with this car, but I would recommend not doing so. I just don't want to take any risks with the car and getting it damaged. But you can tow. Look up online how much the tow capacity is, because I don't know on top of my head what it is. But yeah, so anyways, just showing you what the display does while you're driving. It's super quiet. That's what I like about this car, is it's super quiet. It sounds like a spaceship. The only problem is where I live, there's a lot of deer out here, and if they don't hear your car, it's more chances likely they're going to jump out in front of you, and then you God forbid you hit them, because that's what happened to my hybrid, my Kia Sportage hybrid, which if you have not seen yet, check out those videos. I have a product review of the car, and then I had a video when I hit a deer, and then I lost the car for 3 months because they didn't have parts. So anyways, but yeah, we're just gonna go for a little ride, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to switch driver modes here and just kind of show you. So right now we're in normal. I'm gonna kick it into sport mode. Oh wait, that's the regenerative braking. So I'm gonna kick it into sport mode, and look at how much more. Look at how quickly we're accelerating. That's in sport mode. Okay. And if you kick it into eco mode, it will slow your car down, and then the acceleration is not as quick. As you can see, it takes a little bit more time to accelerate. And then we'll go to normal. This is normal. Accelerates normally. So yeah, that sport mode is really nice if you want to, you just kind of want to open it up and test the power of the car, or maybe you're on a racetrack or something, because it could be real easy to get a ticket with that mode. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I tried it and I was on the freeway, and next thing I know, I'm hitting 100. It's like, oh, slow down, boy. But yeah, drives really nice, super quiet, super smooth. Again, I have a 10-year, 100,000 mile battery warranty on the car. I also have a 10-year, 100,000 mile bumper to bumper, aside from the battery. So anything that goes wrong with the engine, anything like that, that's all covered. Actually, correction, I have a 60,000 mile warranty on those parts, not 100. I spent the extra money for the battery because originally I think they only offered a 60,000 mile warranty on the battery, and I upped it because this car is nothing but batteries. So, you know, you want to make sure they're in tip-top shape. So right now we've been driving about 2 miles and we've lost about 1 mile worth of range. So it all depends on how you drive the car. If you drive it aggressively, your range is going to go down really quick. If you're soft on the gas pedal, it's going to, you know, you probably can get 2 miles for every mile of range you burn. It just depends on your behavior. So yeah. But yeah, drives really smooth. No issues with the car. There's a lot of bells and whistles and alarms. One thing that I'm going to show you here when we turn is you got cameras on this car. There's a lot of sensors and a lot of cameras. And 2 cameras that come into play is when you turn on your turn signal, you're going to see a camera pop up. And what the beauty of that is it shows you your blind spot. Because a lot of the times, you know, you're trying to, you know, lane change or merge on the freeway, and, you know, there may be a car in your blind spot. This camera takes care of that. And I'm going to show you here in just a second because we're about to turn. Matter of fact, I'll put my signal on right now. Okay, you see that camera? See how it's covering your blind spot there? Check that out. So you can see any cars or obstacles that are there when you're going to make your driving move. So, you know, we'll turn here. Super quiet car. That's what I love about this car. It's so quiet. It's cool sounding. And yeah, you're just driving around, you know. So yeah, you know, if you guys are contemplating getting an electric car, you know, do your research on it. I mean, there are some drawbacks, you know. I mean, long term, if you're going to charge the car at your house and you're not on a budget plan like I am, it's going to fluctuate your bill. And I don't know how much it will fluctuate it, because I don't see the result of that yet until next April when my bill gets reevaluated. So that's one thing to take into consideration. And number 2, the range anxiety. You know, a lot of gas-powered cars, you know, depending on what you have, they can get anywhere from 350 to 500 miles on a tank of gas. This car, you're not going to get that. You're going to get about 285, maybe 287 if you're lucky. So you're going to have to keep in mind, you know, where are the nearest charging stations if you're going to go on a road trip, or if you're driving a huge amount of miles to and from work. You got to keep those things in mind. Oh, what do we got? Kitty's here. I do live on the homestead. So anyways, but just some things to keep in mind. But, you know, for me, it was just a smart choice because what my driving is for work. And now here I'm turning left, so that camera comes on again. Shows me any blind spots. See? Kind of nice, huh? Also, there's a backup camera. So let's show you that real quick. So there's your backup camera. And also on the right, you see how it shows you the car with the 2 yellow lines? It shows you if you're backing up straight, if you're turning the wheels. See? Isn't that kind of nice? And then there's your guide there in the main screen. Just, you know, how far you want to back up to a curb or a bump or whatever if you're in a parking lot. It's pretty much a parking guide, which my wife and son love. I like it too, don't get me wrong. It's very handy. But yeah, you know, the whole thing about going electric, you know, there's definitely some things you want to think about. You know, I mean, I was already asked a question from a coworker because he's very interested in electric, about, you know, would I do this again? I'll be honest with you guys, you know, there are some electric vehicles out there that do have higher range than what I have, but you're going to pay a lot more money. You know, and it all comes down to affordability. What can you afford comfortably and not be broke? This car was $60,000 before all the rebates and the trade-in. You know, I mean, that's a lot of money to pay for an electric car with a range that, you know, it's okay. It's not great range, but it's okay. But, you know, 60 grand for this car. But, you know, fortunately with all the rebates and my trade-in, I was able to knock the loan down to $24,000. So I mean, you know, I did get a lot off, but but the range, you know, I mean, I personally, you know, having to drive 170 miles every day to and from work, I would like to have range a little bit higher than 285. You know, if I had range of 350 or more, probably feel a lot better about it. So if I'm going to do this again, you know, first of all, it's going to come down to, can I afford it? And number two, is the range good enough? So just some things for you guys to think about out there. But yeah, other than that, it's a great car. It's got a lot of cool features on it. You know, there's a lot of things you can play with the display. You know, with all this stuff here, you know, you can play with this and set it up the way you want. You know, and it's just fun. It's like having a new toy. You know, and anyways, but yeah. And so far, we've only burned about 4 miles of range, which, you know, we've gone probably about 5 miles so far. You know, what we've driven. Now we're heading back to the house now, but yeah, we've driven maybe about 5 or 6 miles. And so yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in sport mode again, and we'll show you how fast we accelerate. See that? You see what I'm saying? It's fun, man. It sure is fun to have that sport mode on. But yeah, just wanted to bring you this review. I've had the car for about a month and a half. Haven't had a chance to get a review out to you yet, but hopefully you'll take this information into consideration when you are out there car shopping and contemplating whether you want to go hybrid or electric. You know, it all comes down to your choice. What do you prefer? And all I can say is so far I'm very pleased. And also, you know, this car, you know, Kia makes a really good brand of vehicles out there, and I'm not saying that because that's all I bought. It's just they have good quality vehicles. Their hybrids are good. I had one of those, and now they're electric, so they are a good brand to trust. And you know, consider when your time is, you know, when your time is ready to pull the trigger on something. One other feature I wanted to point out to you guys that I forgot to do in the main video is, you see this display panel here? This is below your vents and your main console here with all the things I pointed out earlier. But this is where your climate controls are. Here, if you want to have both sides with the same temp, you turn on the sync mode. It has no range effect at all on your range of battery, so that's a good thing to know. But yeah, so this is your climate control. This is where you turn on your air conditioner, your fan level, your defrost here, which is what is on now. But you can also go from climate controls to, see how this has this all here? It has it down here now. You can temporarily access this here. So just wanted to point that out to you guys. All right, so the last thing I want to show you guys is that level 2 charger I was telling you about in the beginning. This is a high recommend if you're going to charge your car at home and not go to those charging stations in town, because like I told you, it can be anywhere from 50 to 90 cents a minute depending on the output of those machines. Putting this in at home, I think, will save you money in the long run. The only thing is you have to have a 40 amp circuit installed on your panel in order to get this to run. This is a minimum of 40 amp, and you want to have that at least between 40 and 50 so you can charge your car a lot quicker and lessen the burden on your electrical bill. Because I feel that the quicker you can charge the car, and I'm probably way off on this, I think the quicker you can charge the car, the less it'll cost you. So this I got last week installed by the electrical company. This unit costs $300. It's an alpha system. You can look it up on Amazon. It's I can't remember what it was. Let me see if I can access what it is here. I don't remember the brand name, but if you just punch in alpha, it'll come up in Amazon. It'll look something like this. This was a $300 model. Yeah, so there's your stuff. But I can't remember what the brand name was, but got it installed. This is your plug here. And this plug does fit my car. So the plug works. And yeah, so definitely get this installed. It's a level 2. I showed you a level 1 that came, well, kind of came with the car. All I got was the plug. I had to buy this charging unit from Amazon. But high recommend on this if you're going to go electric. I hope you enjoyed this video of information on my vehicle. And take care, and I will see you soon here at Knee High Farm. See you later.